Have you ever wondered why Taurus seems to attract so much criticism? As a Taurus, you might feel like people are quick to judge your personality, labeling you as stubborn, materialistic, or even too rigid. But is this criticism really fair? In this video, we're diving deep into the truth behind these stereotypes, uncovering the strengths and beauty of being a Taurus that so many people overlook. Why are qualities like your determination, love for stability, and loyalty often misunderstood? And how can you embrace these traits without feeling pressured by others' opinions? We'll explore the characteristics that make Taurus such a unique and powerful zodiac sign, revealing the truth behind why others might criticize you and what they're often missing. From your drive for comfort to your unshakable patience, every trait comes with its own hidden strength. So, if you've ever felt judged for simply being yourself, stay tuned. Pay close attention because every moment in this video will help you understand your true power as a Taurus. Before we begin, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, so you never miss out on our content. And if you find these insights valuable, leave a like to support our channel, it really helps us grow. Let's dive in. The stigma of Taurus, misconceptions about their true nature. Taurus is often misunderstood, leading to unfair criticism about their personality traits. Many people see Taurus as stubborn or overly focused on material things without taking the time to understand the deeper reasons behind these traits. It's important to realize that Taurus is ruled by Venus, the planet of beauty and pleasure, which naturally draws them to comfort, stability, and harmony. What some call flaws are actually reflections of their strong sense of purpose and value for what truly matters in life. However, not everyone takes the time to see this. One big reason Taurus faces criticism is because they aren't quick to change for others. They have an unshakable confidence in their decisions, which can come off as arrogance or inflexibility. But this trait often stems from their desire to make thoughtful, deliberate choices rather than acting impulsively. For Taurus, sticking to their path is about staying true to themselves, not about ignoring others' perspectives. Yet, many people fail to appreciate this strength of character. Taurus also holds a deep attachment to both their loved ones and their environment, making them incredibly loyal and reliable, qualities that anyone would want in a friend or partner. Ironically, others might see their loyalty as possessiveness or controlling behavior. What's often missed is that Taurus has a soft, protective side, and they want what's best for those they care about. Another criticism Taurus faces is their appreciation for material comforts. But let's think about that for a moment. What's wrong with enjoying the fruits of your labor? Taurus doesn't just crave luxury, they work incredibly hard to earn it. To them, having nice things represents effort and stability, not greed. People often confuse this practical need for material comfort with superficiality, but in reality, Taurus understands the value of balance and hard work. Ultimately, understanding Taurus means looking beyond the surface. What's seen as stubbornness or materialism is often their way of protecting their sense of security and creating peace in their lives. Instead of being quick to criticize, appreciating their consistency, loyalty, and determination can reveal the surprisingly beautiful nature of Taurus, qualities often hidden from plain sight. Stubborn or determined? Unpacking Taurus' relentless attitude. If there's one word people associate with Taurus, it's stubborn. While it's true that Taurus can be unyielding, this doesn't tell the full story. What many see as stubbornness is often their inner determination and ability to stay focused on their goals. Taurus doesn't give up easily, which is why they are often successful when they commit to a task or a relationship. Their persistence may frustrate others, but it's one of their greatest weapons for achieving long-term success. Taurus' strength lies in their methodical approach to challenges. They like to think things through and don't rush into decisions without careful consideration. This deliberate pace might look like hesitation, but it's actually a sign of their ability to stay grounded and logical. When faced with opposition, Taurus doesn't easily back down, which can sometimes create friction in relationships or workplaces. However, this resistance often comes from a place of self-respect and confidence in their values. They don't just follow the crowd for the sake of fitting in, and their steadfast attitude ensures they remain authentic. That said, Taurus' determination is not without heart. They are deeply invested in the things and people they care about. Whether it's a career, a home, or a relationship, they fight for what they believe is worth their time and energy. This passion is often mistaken for stubbornness when, in reality, it reflects their unwavering commitment. Instead of being seen as rigid, Taurus deserves recognition for their unstoppable dedication. Understanding Taurus' relentlessness is about shifting perspective. What irritates some as stubbornness is actually a deep focus on what matters most to them. Imagine how powerful that is when applied to something meaningful. Next time someone calls Taurus stubborn, they should ask, how often does determination lead to true success? Chances are, Taurus already knows the answer. Material comfort versus materialism, Taurus quest for stability. Taurus has a deep appreciation for material comfort, which is often misunderstood as materialism. But what drives this connection to stability and luxury isn't greed, it's their desire for security and beauty in life. Ruled by Venus, Taurus sees value in surrounding themselves with things that bring peace and balance. To them, these comforts are not just about appearance, they are about creating a safe and nurturing environment. Critics often ignore this deeper emotional connection. Financial security is a key priority for Taurus, and this is another area where they receive unfair judgment. Their focus on building strong financial foundations might appear excessive to those who value adventure over stability. However, for Taurus, having money and resources isn't about being flashy, it's about ensuring they and their loved ones never face unnecessary hardship. Taurus' love for luxury extends beyond just possessions. Whether it's enjoying a fine meal, redecorating their home, or selecting high-quality clothing, they appreciate the small joys that make life sweet. Their critics might see these as shallow pursuits, but Taurus knows the importance of living fully and savoring every moment. To them, quality and beauty enhance their peace of mind, not their ego. On the flip side, Taurus does have to be mindful of not allowing this love for comfort to turn into complacency. While they value stability, they need to remember that occasional risks can open doors to new opportunities. A healthy balance between indulgence and growth helps Taurus thrive without feeling stuck. Their ability to achieve this balance is what makes them truly remarkable. Ultimately, Taurus' connection to material comfort isn't something to criticize, it's something to celebrate. It reflects their dedication to creating a life of value and security for themselves and those they care about. If we all took a moment to appreciate the thoughtfulness behind their way of living, we'd see it's not about materialism, it's about creating a meaningful, harmonious life. Emotional walls, Taurus' protective defense mechanism. Taurus is often perceived as reserved or emotionally distant, but this judgment doesn't acknowledge their true nature. Taurus prefers to keep their emotions private because they value control and stability in their personal lives. Sharing too much or being overly vulnerable feels risky for them and can leave them feeling exposed. This protective behavior is not about lacking empathy but about shielding themselves from chaotic energies that could disrupt their peace. Their emotional walls are more like a shield than a barrier. Taurus is extremely caring and loyal, but they first need to trust that the people around them have good intentions. Once you earn their trust, their warmth and emotional depth shine through. Critics often mistake this caution for coldness, missing the deep well of emotion beneath. Despite their seemingly stoic exterior, Taurus feels emotions deeply. They simply process them differently, choosing logic and patience over dramatic displays. This makes them excellent at supporting others in times of crisis, they provide a steady hand rather than adding to the turmoil. However, their composed approach can frustrate those who expect emotionally reactive responses, leading to further misunderstandings. Taurus struggles with letting people in, but not because they don't care. They care deeply, perhaps more than most. However, they fear losing the stability they've worked so hard to maintain. For Taurus, emotional vulnerability is a risk that must be carefully calculated. When they let someone into their inner circle, it's a profound display of trust and love. By understanding Taurus' emotional walls, we can appreciate their quiet strength and patience. Their reserved nature isn't about being unfeeling, it's about protecting their peace and creating meaningful, lasting relationships. The fear of change, Taurus' need for stability. When it comes to change, Taurus is known for their resistance. This isn't because they're lazy or unwilling to grow, it's because change threatens the comfort and stability they cherish. For Taurus, life's changes can feel overwhelming and disruptive, creating anxiety about the unknown. But what many don't realize is that this hesitancy reflects their commitment to building a stable, grounded life. Change often feels like a gamble they'd rather not take. Taurus thrives on routine and predictability, which helps them feel safe and in control. Sudden changes or risks can make them feel uneasy because these shifts disrupt the balance they've worked hard to maintain. While others might see this as being too rigid, Taurus sees it as staying practical and intentional about the decisions they make. For them, maintaining control in their environment allows them to flourish mentally and emotionally. At the same time, Taurus can miss out on opportunities when they fear stepping out of their comfort zone. Their skepticism of new paths can prevent them from discovering possibilities that could enhance their life. It's not that they don't grow, but they prefer slow, deliberate transitions rather than sweeping changes. Taurus works best when given time to adapt to new circumstances. On the flip side, this resistance to change is also a testament to their reliability and loyalty. They aren't the kind of people who abandon their principles or commitments at the first sign of trouble. Their persistence in holding on to what works is a strength, even if it sometimes frustrates those who prefer flexibility. Understanding Taurus' relationship with change allows us to see how deeply they value security and stability. While they might need encouragement to explore the unknown, their resistance comes from a good place. When they overcome this fear at their own pace, they go on to make deliberate and meaningful transformations. Patience or procrastination. The dual nature of Taurus timing. One of Taurus' defining traits is their immense patience, but not everyone sees this as a strength. Some interpret it as procrastination or being unmotivated. The truth is, Taurus believes in doing things the right way and taking the time needed to ensure success. They prefer a steady, thoughtful approach over rushing into things. While this might irritate those who value instant results, Taurus understands that good outcomes require time and care. Taurus has a methodical way of handling tasks and decisions, which can be mistaken for hesitation. In reality, they are weighing all the options before acting, ensuring every move is calculated and purposeful. By not succumbing to pressure, Taurus avoids unnecessary mistakes and creates solutions that stand the test of time. Their patience is what allows them to achieve long-term goals while others may burn out along the way. However, Taurus does need to be careful not to let their patience turn into inaction. Sometimes, their tendency to wait for the perfect moment can cause them to miss opportunities. Learning to recognize when it's time to step forward, even if everything isn't completely certain, is key to their success. Striking that balance between waiting and acting is an ongoing challenge for many Taurus individuals. For Taurus, timing is everything. They don't rush, and they don't stop either. They move at a pace that feels aligned with their inner rhythm. While some may view this as being slow, it's really about aligning their actions with their personal values and vision. They're not procrastinating, they're simply ensuring every step serves a greater purpose. When we understand Taurus patience, it's clear that it's more than just a habit, it's a strategy. Their deliberate timing is part of what makes them so dependable and consistent. Instead of being frustrated by their pace, we can learn from their ability to stay steady and focused, reminding us that sometimes, slow and steady really does win the race. Possessive or protective. The truth about Taurus in relationships. Taurus is often criticized for being possessive in relationships, but this perception oversimplifies their emotions. Their protective instincts come from a deep sense of loyalty to their loved ones. Taurus values relationships and commitments so much that they feel compelled to safeguard them. While this can sometimes appear as overprotective behavior, it's often rooted in their fear of losing what they care about most. What others see as possessiveness is often Taurus seeking reassurance. They want to feel secure in their relationships, just as they do in other areas of life. This need for security can be misunderstood, especially by partners who value more independence. However, Taurus intentions are rarely about controlling someone, they simply want to nurture a strong, unshakable bond. Taurus prioritizes stability and consistency in love, which might clash with more adventurous or free-spirited signs. They dislike uncertainty and can become anxious in situations that threaten their emotional foundation. However, their steady commitment ensures that they remain reliable partners who will always stand by those they love. This unwavering loyalty is often overlooked in the face of criticisms about control. That said, Taurus must be mindful of giving their partners room to breathe. Trust is central to every relationship, and sometimes their protective nature can inadvertently create tension. By learning to relax their grip and let their loved ones explore their own paths, Taurus can strengthen the very bonds they cherish. When understood properly, Taurus possessiveness reveals itself as a deep need to protect and nurture their relationships. Instead of labeling it negatively, we should see it for what it truly is, a sign of love, care, and unwavering devotion to those they hold dear. This trait, when balanced with trust, can create relationships that last a lifetime. The love of luxury, Taurus connection with beauty and quality. Taurus love for luxury can often be misunderstood as materialism, but there's so much more to this story. For Taurus, luxury isn't about showing off or excess, it's about surrounding themselves with beauty and quality to enhance their sense of peace and satisfaction. Their connection to Venus, the planet of beauty, makes them naturally drawn to art, comfort, and the finer things in life. These elements give Taurus a sense of joy and harmony that grounds their spirit. To Taurus, quality matters. They don't waste time or resources on something that feels cheap or not worthwhile. This philosophy extends beyond material goods to their relationships, careers, and experiences. Taurus believes life should be enjoyed fully, and their pursuit of high-quality experiences is a way of honoring their own needs and values, not about superficiality. People often misjudge Taurus appreciation for comfort as laziness or indulgence. However, what others fail to see is the hard work Taurus puts in to deserve these pleasures. They don't seek luxury for its own sake, they work steadily and consistently to earn the comforts they enjoy. It's a reflection of their perseverance and discipline, not mindless extravagance. Taurus' love for luxury also reflects their need for balance and grounding. A cozy home, a beautiful meal, or an evening of relaxation brings them back to who they are. These moments of indulgence recharge their energy and give them the stability they need to handle life's challenges. When we understand Taurus' relationship with luxury, it's clear there's more depth than meets the eye. Their connection to beauty, comfort, and quality isn't something to criticize but something to admire. It reminds us all to slow down, appreciate what we've earned, and find joy in the meaningful parts of life. Misjudged resilience: why Taurus seems pessimistic in tough times. Taurus often earns a reputation for being pessimistic during difficult situations, but that perspective is incomplete. What looks like negativity is actually a deep sense of realism. Taurus is highly practical and prefers to face challenges head-on, even if that means acknowledging harsh truths rather than pretending everything is fine. They focus on finding real, tangible solutions in tough times. Taurus takes their time to process emotions and weigh potential outcomes. This reflective approach gives them the clarity to make thoughtful decisions, but it can be mistaken for dwelling on problems. However, this careful consideration allows them to avoid rash actions and instead focus on building solid foundations to overcome adversity. Another factor that contributes to this perception of pessimism is Taurus' dislike for uncertainty. They find comfort in planning and knowing what's ahead, so unforeseen difficulties can feel overwhelming at first. Though they may initially appear doubtful, this reaction is just their way of recalibrating and finding their inner stability. Taurus knows that success often comes from perseverance, not blind optimism. Their resilience shows itself in their ability to keep moving forward, even when the odds are against them. While other signs might jump from one solution to the next, Taurus stays grounded and sticks to what works. This cautious optimism is often overlooked but proves to be one of their greatest strengths. Once Taurus finds their footing, their steady determination can help them overcome almost any obstacle. Rather than calling Taurus pessimistic, it's time to recognize their enduring strength and practical wisdom. They remain rooted and realistic in difficult times, offering a dependable presence when others falter. By embracing their approach to challenges, we can learn the value of resilience, patience, and the power of thoughtful actions in turning hardships into triumphs. The unspoken strength of Taurus: loyalty and endurance. One of Taurus' most overlooked qualities is their immense loyalty, which might be their greatest strength. Once Taurus commits to something, whether it's a relationship, a career, or a personal goal, they stick to it through thick and thin. Their loyalty is unmatched, as they continue to show up for the people and projects they care about, even when things get tough. This loyalty comes from their reliable and grounded nature. They don't make promises lightly, so when they do, they mean it. Taurus takes their commitment seriously, and this consistency makes them someone people can always count on. Whether as a friend, family member, or partner, their presence is rock solid, offering comfort and reassurance to everyone around them. Taurus' endurance is another key strength that ties into their loyalty. They are not the type to give up easily when challenges arise. Their patience, persistence, and ability to weather difficult times allow them to stand firm, even when others may falter. It's this quiet but unshakable endurance that makes Taurus a powerful and steadfast presence in any area of life. However, their loyalty and endurance can sometimes lead them to stay too long in situations that no longer